Imagine you're 50 or older and for some reason you decide or are forced to stop having sex. What do you think is wrong with your mind? Have you ever wondered if this could affect your mental health? Today, in Real Men, Real Minds, we are going to explore together a topic that few dare to discuss openly: the impact that a lack of sexual intimacy can have on the mental health of men over 50. Based on scientific studies linking intimacy to better emotional health, we'll tell you what happens when you stop having sex and why maintaining sexual activity is crucial to your mental well-being. Get ready to uncover secrets that could change the way you view your love life and mental health. The importance of sexual intimacy for mental health in older adults. Science tells us that sex isn't just a physical act, it's a fundamental part of our mental and emotional health, especially as we age. A study published in the Archives of Sexual Behavior, ELSA study, based on data from the English Longitudinal Study of Aging, ELSA, with more than 5,700 participants aged 50 and older, found that a lack of sexual activity is associated with an increased risk of health problems, including serious illness, cancer, heart disease, and a poorer perception of one's own health. For men, specifically, a 67% increased risk of severe disease, a 63% higher chance of developing cancer, a 41% higher risk of chronic disease, and a 33% higher risk of heart disease were observed. For women, the risk of reporting ill health increased by 64%. These findings not only speak of physical problems, but also of a direct impact on mental health, since the perception of one's own health is intimately linked to emotional well-being. Why does this happen? The answer lies in the benefits that sex offers to our mind and body. When we have sex, our body releases endorphins, known as the happy hormones, and oxytocin, the hormone of love and connection. Not only do these chemicals make us feel good in the moment, but they also have long-term effects on our mental health. Oxytocin fosters confidence and emotional connection, while endorphins act as natural painkillers and reduce stress, according to an AARP article. The mental benefits of sex after 50. Sex after 50 has multiple mental health benefits backed by solid research. A 2021 study conducted during the COVID-19 study found that sexually active people had lower scores on anxiety and depression. This is because sex lowers levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and releases chemicals that calm and build security. Another 2019 study published in Psychosomatic Medicine, Intimacy and Cortisol, showed that intimacy lowers cortisol levels, which contributes to better management of daily stress. Plus, sex is good for memory. A 2016 study of more than 7,000 adults between the ages of 50 and 89 revealed that regular sex is associated with better memory. A subsequent 2018 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior confirmed that frequent sexual activity is linked to better outcomes on memory tasks. This suggests that maintaining an active sex life could be key to preventing age-related cognitive problems. Sex also strengthens relationships. According to WebMD, sex releases chemicals that create an afterglow effect that lasts for about 2 days and helps strengthen the emotional bond. Couples who have sex at least once a week report greater satisfaction in their relationship. Conversely, stopping sex can lead to lower relational satisfaction and a higher risk of depression, as sex is linked to a lower incidence of anxiety and depression. Another notable benefit is improved sleep. A study cited by AARP found that 63% of people reported that they found it easier to fall asleep after sex, and 71% noticed a better quality of sleep after an orgasm. This is due to the release of oxytocin and prolactin, which reduce cortisol and promote relaxation. The risks of quitting sex. Stopping sex can have significant mental health consequences. According to WebMD, stopping sexual activity can lead to Increased anxiety. Sex helps reduce stress levels by decreasing stress hormones. Without it, you're more likely to experience anxiety. Memory problems. As we mentioned, sex is linked to better memory in older adults. Stopping having it could affect this cognitive function. Lower relationship satisfaction. Without the emotional bond that sex provides, relationships can become less satisfying. Increased risk of depression. Studies have shown that regular sexual activity is associated with lower rates of depression and anxiety. Stopping sex may increase this risk. In addition, a news medical article highlights that a lack of sexual activity in older adults is associated with poorer overall health, including an increased risk of cancer, heart disease, and a negative perception of one's own health. All factors that directly impact mental health. Challenges and solutions for maintaining intimacy after 50. It's important to recognize that after age 50, physical changes can arise that affect sexual activity. For women, menopause can bring vaginal dryness and a decreased sex drive, according to Healthline. For men, erection problems may be more common, as mentioned in university hospitals. However, these challenges are not insurmountable. Challenge, solution. Vaginal dryness. Women. Use over-the-counter lubricants or ask about hormone therapy. Erection problems. Men. Consult a specialist for treatments such as medications or devices. Decreased desire. Maintain intimacy through caresses, kisses, or self-stimulation. Don't underestimate the power of touch and emotional connection. Hugs, kisses, and caresses also release oxytocin and can provide mental health benefits, even if they don't culminate in full sex, according to Verywell Health. The important thing is not to let the changes of aging take you away from intimacy. Common myths about sex after 50. There are several myths that can discourage men and women from maintaining an active sex life after the age of 50. One of the most common is that older adults are not interested in sex. However, an article in The Lancet Healthy Longevity notes that people do not become asexual with age, although they may modify their sexual activity due to physiological changes. Another myth is that sex is not important for health at this stage of life, but evidence shows otherwise. Sexual activity is linked to greater enjoyment of life. Conclusion. In short, sex after 50 is not only possible, but essential for maintaining a healthy and happy mind. Science shows us that sexual intimacy is directly linked to better mental health, from reduced anxiety and depression to improved memory and relationship satisfaction. Not only does stopping sex mean losing these benefits, but also exposing yourself to risks such as increased stress, cognitive problems, and a lower emotional quality of life. So if you want to keep your mind in tip-top shape after 50, don't neglect your sex life. At Real Men, Real Minds, we're here to support you on your path to better mental health. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and leave your comments below. What do you think about this issue? Have you experienced changes in your sex life after 50? We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.